Chapter 11: Terror Attack on Norway. Terror attack on Norway.
I think the terror attack on Norway 22/7 2011 is different. It cannot be compared with the jihadi terrorism.
The Norway terror attack killed 93 people. It was done by Anders Breivik. Swedish Daily Expo claims that Anders is a part of a group called Nordisk, which is a neo-Nazi group and focuses on political terrorism.
He has leaning towards Christian fundamentalism, since at the moment Breivik's fundamentalist ideas are focused against Islam and Muslims. He finds himself close to the Hindutva fundamentalism. No wonder, as RSS-led Hindutva fundamentalism is currently targeting Muslims in particular. Breivik may be unaware that these Hindu fundamentalists are also on the spree to kill and intimidate the Christians in Adivasi areas. As such, the Breivik's manifesto seems to have derived a lot of inspiration from the RSS combined. He appreciates the acts done by the Hindutva groups of targeting Islam and Muslims. Breivik has quoted from the Hindutva ideologues' criticism of Islam and Muslims. No wonder BP Singhal of VHP, an RSS affiliate, said the Breivik's cause is correct but method is wrong.
Hey, it's you who provoked him to take this extreme step.
So the terrorists coming from different religions speak the same language. Terror trends are so parallel all over the world. Here, a person inspired by Christian fundamentalism is taking to terror. In Afghanistan, Pakistan, Al-Qaeda type of groups are fed on the diet of Islamic fundamentalism, and the likes of Asim Anand and Pragya Singh Thakur base themselves on Hindu fundamentalism.
There is a deeper unity in the ideologies of all fundamentalisms. United, we stand. Globally, there are two major factors promoting fundamentalism in the name of this or that religion. One, when a privileged section of society feels threatened by the rise of assertion for equality by the deprived classes, women included.
Two, when a superpower promotes it proactively to use the products of fundamentalist mindset for its economic, political goals. These trends come up in the wake of social changes where the weaker sections of society are trying to come up and assert their rights. In such situations, the entrenched social groups resort to the politics in the language of religion. Promotion of Al-Qaeda and accompanying radical version of Islam is used as a pretext by other fundamentalist tendencies to strengthen them. The Norway tragedy should wake up the world to the reality of this dastardly economic political reason of terrorism. Religion should be for moral values. Terrorism is a political phenomenon. Like in Norway, the economic crisis is leading to the rise of intolerant views. The phenomena of terrorism has tormented the world and India in particular during the last few decades. It is a phenomena which has twin roots. One, it comes up due to social, economic, political and ethnic injustices. Two, on one hand, it is the outcome of the policies of the global superpower, United States, for the sake of controlling the oil resources in West Asia. On the other hand, it is due to the rise of communal politics in India. The communal politics, in turn, is due to the minority intimidation, insecurity, and also due to the RSS agenda of Hindu Rashtra. In both these cases, religion is presented as the cause or cover of this phenomena. US media's coining the word Islamic terrorism in the wake of 9/11 Twin Tower attack has been the major influence on the social common sense all over the world, and it has led to the popular perception that Islam is the cause of terrorism. As far as Hindutva terrorism is concerned, RSS, its ideology and politics, actualized through its progeny and associates, tries to project its acts of terror for the protection of Hindus or Hinduism. It's a tragedy of our times that the moral values of religion have been undermined and identity of religions is brought to the fore, being abused for political, economic goals of United States on one hand and communal organizations like RSS on the other.